Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Ammar and I'm speaking from Tirana, the capital city of Albania. Albania is the only European nation or the only Caucasian race whereby the majority of it, about 75%, has embraced Islam since centuries ago. By the end of the Second World War, Tirana used to have about 35 masajid. During the communism time, which took power on 1944, 34 of them were demolished. So only one still remained alive, which is on my back. Nowadays, in so-called democracy time, we have about 5 masajid altogether into this city, which is almost 10 times bigger than after the Second World War. The masjid on my back during the communism time remained still alive simply because it was the most beautiful and the oldest one. It used to be as a museum during that time, so nowadays it is under the construction and hopefully in a short period of time it will be still open for the people. This is the main square of Tirana, the place whereby the believers every Eid celebrate their Eid prayer, whether for Eid al-Adha or Eid al-Fitr. Unfortunately, this year we really suspect that it's not going to happen due to coronavirus. In total, Albania used to have about 800 masajid all over the country. During the communism time, 99% of these masajid were demolished due to the atheist ideology that government used to follow.
Islam in Albania was firstly introduced by 14th century by Turks. So the Ottoman Khilafah, they conquered these countries, the Balkan states, and especially Albania on the mid 14th century, and that was widespread of Islam at that time. But the majority of Albanian lands were totally under Islam on 15th century. At that time, the spread of the rule of Ottoman Khilafah indicate to the people so that they started embracing Islam up to, as I said, almost 80% of the people embraced Islam. Nowadays, the lands of Albania have been spread into several countries. After the First World War, the great powers, they decided these lands to be split into several other countries. A big part of Albania was given to Greece, and Kosovo was given to Serbia. A big part of the land was given to Macedonia, and the north part to Montenegro. The center of Albania was supposed to be given to Italy, but the Albanian people at that time, they really fought hardly against all these countries, so they could manage to have the nowadays republic. After the Second World War, communism took power in Albania, and slowly they tried their best to diminish the influence of any religion at the people. So any religion was suffering from communism rule, including Islam. As I said, around 800 masajid were all over the Republic of Albania, excluding Kosovo and Macedonia and Montenegro. And 99% of these masajid, they were totally demolished, and the one who remained still, they were transformed into storage places or army purposes or whatever other purposes. So during the communism time, especially after the year of 1964, officially Albania was declared the only atheist country in the world. So that's last on up to 1990s. In 1991, officially Albania was open to any religion, and at that time people started again to revive Islam. But we should not forget that during about 30 to 40 years there was no Islam, no religion at all. So the word God started to disappear from the mouth of the people, and forget about, of course, praying Salat or fasting Ramadan or any other community activity, or praying Eid or Qurban. Any other activity was totally forbidden, including the prayer of janazah according to Islamic rule, including marriage according to Islam. So all kinds of religious activities, whether for Islam or for Christianity, it was forbidden under the communism rule. So after the 1990s, as I said, people start, we call it embracing Islam, even though by origin we were Muslims. After a long rule of communism and atheism ideology, people, most of them, they do not believe in God. They do not believe in any religion. That's why we consider ourselves as converted to Islam or reverted to Islam, whatever you call it, whatever way you want. So the people who are practicing today Islam, the people who are coming to masjid every day, they are mostly embraced Islam, let's say a few years, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. So the practice of Islam nowadays is supposed to be in your daily life, it's supposed to be free, but when it comes to getting a job, running a madrasa is almost impossible in Albania. So when it comes to practicing Islam and its customs, nowadays is almost free. In normal days, in the masajid, people, they pray Tarawih during Ramadan, and in some of them they also have Iftar. The good thing with this Corona time, if I can say, is that people are turning back to their homes and they are having much more time with each other. They are practicing Islam much more with each other, rather than the father goes to masjid and the mother keeps staying home and preparing food, and he's so busy and she cannot go in the masjid, and the kids, they go up and down. But nowadays everybody has to pray Tarawih at home, everybody has to practice Iftar or eat Iftar together with the family. So that is one of the good things. Another good thing is that lots of show-off style is in all this kind of Iftar given into several restaurants. Let's say some organizations get money from overseas, and simply due to respect or follow the orders or get the job done, little care has been taken on getting halal food. Nowadays, I'm giving you some short experience of my family. I'm having 5 children, all of them are boys, and we have a nice experience having Iftar at home, alhamdulillah. And of course, Tarawih prayer as well. Thank you very much.
Today for Iftar we are going to prepare a dish which is called pasticcio. Pasticcio. It is mainly done by using spaghetti, eggs, milk, flour, cheese, and some special herbs or special salty materials. The first step, we boil the water and we put inside the dish the spaghetti. After the spaghetti is boiled, we need to place it onto this baking pan. Then in the big bowl, we need to mix up the other ingredients. So for this pan, 2 eggs is good enough. We add the milk. And then we stir it together. We have just add vegetable seasoning. And now we add the flour. And we stir it again all together. We add the cheese and we stir it all together. Now is the time to add butter. The butter, we put it into small portion and it will melt by itself from the heat of the stove. So we place into the oven and we leave it like at least 45 minutes. Now pasticcio is ready. The time of iftar has come, so in few minutes we will break fast, inshallah. So this is our iftar for today, and we are taking the pasticcio as I described to you, and of course some other dishes like kind of salad. We finish the soup with the vegetable. And of course we do use, like Asian people, some spicy sauces. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله. Is it ready as a punishment? You go bit? Okay. Salam al-Isha. Morning here. Allahu Akbar. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. والضحى والليل إذا سجى ما ودعك ربك وما قلى وللآخرة خير لك من الأولى ولسوف يؤتيك ربك فترضى ألم يجدك يتيما فآوى ووجدك ضالا فهدى ووجدك عائلا فأغنى فأما اليتيم فلا تقهر وأما السائل فلا تنهر وأما بنعمة ربك فحدث. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. والتين والزيتون وطور سينين وهذا البلد الأمين لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم ثم رددناه أسفل سافلين إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فلهم أجر غير ممنون فما يكذبك بعد بالدين أليس الله بأحكم الحاكمين. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.